We're going to take a look at a Turkish ration, or at least the entree from a Turkish ration. And I'm not exactly sure if this is part of a military ration or if it's a civilian one. The company that makes this appears to be a civilian company that puts out MRE type foods that anyone can buy. But it is obviously styled like a military ration, a ready-to-eat type of a ration. And this was sent to me by fellow ration reviewer Delicious. And in fact, Delicious actually reviewed this exact same entree. I'll put a link to that down below so you can get my take on it and his. And in addition to the ration and the flameless ration heater, which is from the same company, Delicious also sent along this. A Polish name tape or name tag, which is quite cool. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna put this on. But I definitely wanted to share that with you guys. And he also sent along this chocolate drink, which is from Poland and not Turkey. But he said that I could have this along with the entree to make a bit more of a meal, so we'll go ahead and do that. So this entree is pasta with beef and tomatoes or tomato sauce. Obviously I don't read Turkish, but I believe that's the gist of this. I'm going to take a quick look at it with Google Translate too, but that doesn't help too much. You can see it's 200 grams. That's how much we have in here. And another important thing is it does have the manufacturing date, which was April 15th, 2015, and a Best By date of April 15th, 2017. So this is still within date. And let's take a quick look at what Google Translate tells us about this. Ready to defeat. It usually says ready to food, but I've seen ready to defeat there, and it says it's either minced sauce or air-conditioned sauce. So, take what you can out of that. And I'm pretty sure it's 200 grams, but according to this, it's either 200 the power, or it has said 200 go. But I'm pretty confident that it's 200 grams. So, I can see this is telling us some stuff, but ready to dinner package, ready to food. I like the ready to defeat. That was pretty funny. But anyway, we'll go ahead and open it up and find out for ourselves what's in here. And the instructions do seem to indicate that you can heat this, either leave it out in the sun to heat it up or put it in boiling water. But since the company does make, and since Delicious was kind enough to send along a flameless ration heater, obviously we're going to go ahead and use that. And this is, you can kind of see, like with the US MREs, it's good that they have the instructions and pictures in addition to words, because there's no English on here, but it's pretty easy to follow. You tear it open at the top, make sure the heating packet is in here. Put in 100 milliliters of water, and as universal as you can get, it even has you putting it on a rock or something, or at least on a rock. And let's take a quick look at what Google Translate thinks of that picture too. Yeah, I think stone is pretty close to rock. Alright, so we'll open this up, and we'll put our food packet in here on top of the heating element. Put in 100 milliliters of water. It doesn't say to put it into a box or anything like that, it just basically says to fold over the top and put that on the rock or something. So actually first I'm going to fold it this way just to make sure I get the water into the heating element, make sure it's activated. And strange, the heating element almost seems to be waterproof. It's hard to get it wet. It seems like it's going to take a little while to soak into that. Oh, it's weird, it still seems to be completely dry. That's weird, despite all that water in there. This is getting a little bit darker. So this might take a little extra time, but I'll give it, go ahead and put it on the rock, like I say, and give it a good, we'll check in on it in about 10 minutes, but let's see how long that takes. Alright, there it goes. Took about a minute or so, but so this kind of has a reaction a lot like those meal spec ready-to-eat bags. Takes a little bit more water. I kind of thought it was going to be like that, but I wasn't sure until it actually reacted. But yeah, it takes a good amount of water. And once that thing gets in there, it really heats the water up. So I think this is going to work just fine. We'll give this about 10-15 minutes. Okay, and while that continues to heat up, we'll go ahead and make the chocolate drink. There's the rest of the information on here for anybody who happens to read Polish. Smells good. It calls for 150 mils of hot water. And it doesn't make a ton, but I like my hot cocoa or whatever the chocolate drink is to be tasting like chocolate. So I don't want to add too much and water it down too much. It's got a really good smell to it though. A little different from the standard MRE hot cocoa. Alright, that looks good. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a good amount of steam coming out of this ration heater. A lot of heat in there. Like I said, this seems to be along the lines of the meal spec heaters, which generate a lot of heat. And I normally would like to flip the pouch around, get the heat a little bit more evenly distributed, but it's just way too hot in there. There's a lot of heat in there. But that's definitely doing its job, so I'll give it a few more minutes. Alright, this thing doesn't show any signs of stopping anytime soon, but I think it's been in here plenty long enough. We'll go ahead and do this now. And yes, I would say that got this thing incredibly hot. It's too hot to handle. You can't actually put your hands on this and leave them on there. So that was a very effective heater. And now let's see what our pasta with beef and tomatoes is like. Huh. It smells a little bit like a what, an American chop suey kind of a thing. I can definitely smell the beef in there. Alright, and there it is. I don't know if you can see, but it is steaming. It looks like almost all the beef came out in this big chunk here and a couple little ones here. Otherwise there's only a little bit in there, so I kind of probably mix this up a little bit. And I see, looks like this is the tomatoes. So it's not really a tomato sauce like we are used to seeing in US MREs. When you get a pasta with whatever, you kind of expect it to have a red sauce, a spaghetti sauce kind of a consistency to it. This is really, it's just seems to be just pasta with the beef. It's an okay amount of beef. Pasta seems to be really soft, and it's rotini. I don't seem to see anything else in here. I did watch Delicious's video, and he found a couple little teeny carrots in his, and I don't even see that in here. So yeah, not too much to look at, but proof is going to be in the taste, I guess. So let's try this out. A little bit of everything there. And the pasta is definitely soft. It's not firm at all. It's very not the best retort poached pasta I've ever had. It's kind of a tough thing to get that mix. You probably have to undercook it a little bit since it's going to be sitting in its sauce, although this doesn't have much sauce. But since it's going to be sitting in the pouch for possibly up to a number of years. And it seems like it may have been overcooked in the first place. Yeah, I'm not even sure. I guess this is a carrot. I don't really know why it's black there. I guess it's probably the center of it. Yeah, that's a carrot. And the flavor is mostly of the beef. It's pretty nondescript, kind of almost bland. Not a lot of flavoring beyond the flavor of the beef and a slight bit of a tomato kind of a flavor. It's not bad. I don't mind eating it. I wouldn't mind if it was the pasta was a bit more firm. And in the field, you can obviously add whatever you want to. If you have salt and pepper, or if you have some hot sauce, that would certainly help. Let me try this one big chunk of beef here. Yeah, I'm mostly focusing on the negatives, but I'm eating it. And I think I'm going to go ahead and finish this as a lunch. Since we're here, even though this isn't part of the ration, if it was a ration, because this is Polish instead of Turkish, but we'll try the chocolate drink that Delicious sent along. It's actually very much different from the US one. It must be the type of chocolate used. It's good. It has a strange, a different kind of a sweetness. As strange as it's going to sound, the only thing I can relate it to is it tastes like hot cocoa, like I'm used to from the US MREs, with a slight bit of, the only way I can describe it is bubblegum kind of a flavor. You know, like like that Bazooka Joe bubblegum that they used to have. It came in the wrappers with the Bazooka Joe comics on it. Kind of had that white sort of powder on it. I don't know why it reminds me of that, but it does. I know it's a strange thing to relate it to, but something slightly different. It's good, but it's something slightly different from what I'm used to in the U.S. hot cocoa. So it was a look at an entree from Turkey, a Turkish pasta with beef and tomatoes entree. And as I'm about to finish this up, I should report that this heater is just as hot as it was when it was first activated. This doesn't show any signs of stopping. So you could definitely do a couple of entrees in here. You could do your coffee in here if you had a hot beverage bag. You could do a lot of things with this. This is not, they're not cheapening on the heat, that's for sure. So thank you, Delicious, for sending this along, and thank you for watching.